Okay, so I understand we were all kids at one point, alright? And when I was a kid, I played Pokemon too, okay? But as an adult with this new Pokemon Go, I have no interest. I'm a grown adult, I got things to do. But that's not really it. You know, for the longest time, I was completely against technology. I had a cell phone, but until like a few years ago, I had a flip phone. I didn't care about the new smartphone. I didn't care about the new iPhone, the new Android, flip phone. I still called people. You know, I would call people before I would text people. I was for the longest time I was just completely against that sort of technology. I had a computer, I had a Facebook, I had Twitter and all that stuff. But I was sick of seeing people just staring into a cell phone. That was my biggest pet peeve for the longest time. And it still is today. And with this new Pokemon Go, I feel like it's gotten worse. I understand that you're trying to get people out of the house. And I understand that it's working. People are actually getting out of their houses and walking around and stuff. But are they really out? Think about it. I take my daughter to the park, and yes, the park is more busy than I have ever seen it in my life. It used to be, just a handful of people at the park. Now it's like 50, 100 people at the park. And that's cool and all, but they're all walking around just aimlessly staring at their phones. Like, cool, you grew up playing Pokemon, so with this new game, it's almost like Pokemon became reality without it being a reality. You got parents playing it, and you got kids playing it. And cool, family time at the park. You guys are walking around as a family. But are you really spending time together? Is what I'm getting at. Like, yeah, you're at the park with your family, but your entire family is face deep in your phone. I don't understand it. I feel like it's a zombie apocalypse come to life. I take my daughter to the park to actually spend time with my daughter, to play with my daughter, to push her on the swing set, to let her play on the playground, to walk around in the grass and stuff. And it's like, I have to watch where I'm going because people aren't taking their faces out of their cell phones. And in all honesty, it makes me not want to take my daughter to the park. Like, there's just people wandering around, not paying attention. Cool, they're out and about and they're walking and they're exercising. I came to terms with the whole technology thing. Like I said, at one point I was completely against it. And then a few years ago, I got my first smartphone. And yeah, it was cool and stuff. But I was still, only using it, when I was bored or, at break at work because I didn't feel like talking to anybody there. I'd jump on Facebook or Instagram I'm just bored. Like, I never, and I still to this day, I don't get on Facebook and I don't get on Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat or any of that while I'm at a restaurant eating with my family, or obviously not doing it when I'm driving my car. And unlike most people, they spend their lives doing it. You could go hang out with your friend at their house and you're just sitting there the whole time, just like watching him or her play on their cell phone. The most annoying part about that is I had this friend that was so bad into Facebook and that stuff that you could hold a conversation with him. You could talk to him. You know, say you ask him a question, and it's just like, you ask him a question, and he's like, huh? What'd you say? And you're like, nothing. No, what'd you say? It's like, just nothing. It's like, live a little, guys. Get out. Get off of your phone. Put your phone in your pocket and enjoy life. You know, you remember being a kid? For real. I'm 29 years old. So back, like, when I was in high school, that's when cell phones went from those big blocks with the antenna and stuff, and in high school they changed to like the little indestructible Nokias. I didn't have my first cell phone until I was 19. You know, I had my own apartment and everything, and I had a house phone. And the only reason I got a cell phone was because just convenient, you know, like a cell phone. You know, you're out and about and it's an emergency. You know, I remember back in the day going home and you have messages on your answering machine and one of them was an emergency, you know. It's nice to have the technology in your hand like that, you know, in that case. Like, I'm on the highway right now in the middle of freaking nowhere and my car breaks down. What am I going to do? Back in the day, what are you going to do? The last gas station was probably 20 miles back. And the next gas station this way, I couldn't even tell you. Probably 20 miles up. Like, that's cool, you know, in case of an emergency. I feel like that's what cell phones were invented for, were emergencies. And people just took it out of control. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a cell phone. But I'm not nose deep in my phone 24/7. But yeah, you know, I was a kid once, I played Pokemon, you know, and I had to catch them all. And I caught them all. Clear up until they came out with a new Pokemon with 100 and some new Pokemon. After that, I was just like, nah. Forget that. It's getting you out and about, cool. You know, you're getting out of the house, and you could tell. You could go to the park, and you could tell some of these people haven't been out of the house for years. But, you know, to each your own. I just wanted to rant about that. You know, I'm not for it, but if you are, so be it. You know, more power to you. Catch them all, guys. Come on. But pay attention, you know. Live your life a little bit. You're outside. You know, it's beautiful outside. Get off your phone for 15 minutes and take in the outdoors. Live a little. Look up. Look up. I'm not against it and I'm not for it. It's doing what it's supposed to do, but I feel like it's really not doing what it's supposed to do. You know, it's getting people out of the house, but are they really out of the house? Anyways, that's all I wanted to say about that subject. And to all of you people playing it, good luck. If you like the video, like it. If you want to subscribe, hit subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Trees out.